Trump calls himself a cheerleader. When questioned about why he was so late in imposing restrictions at a time when he was being warned about the possibility of a spread of the coronavirus pandemic, he says that after all he is a cheerleader and he was evaluating many options. He has also said that the World Health Organization, the WHO, has been wrong on almost every count concerning the coronavirus pandemic. So many critical comments coming in from Donald Trump as usual. He has thanked Narendra Modi for acceding to his request for the release of 29 million doses of hydroxychloroquine tablets, the anti-malarial drug which he seems to be convinced is an antidote for coronavirus. So Narendra Modi has gone out of the way in lifting the ban on the exports of hydroxychloroquine, the anti-malarial drug, to United States and many other countries which are reeling under tremendous pressure of coronavirus. The Brazilian president has even thanked Narendra Modi in advance and said that today being Hanuman Jayanti, that the hydroxychloroquine tablets from India would work as Sanjeevani Booty. To put in perspective, Lord Hanumanji had brought in the Sanjeevani Booty to cure one of the gods, Lakshman, when he was struck by a bow. And now the Brazilian authorities are now calling the hydroxychloroquine tablets as the Sanjeevani Booty to help them recover from the onslaught of the coronavirus pandemic. Interesting. Well, stock futures seem to be indicating that the Dow Jones may open flat. European markets are red by about 0.5 to 1%. Stocks is down about 0.75%. I believe that there's nothing to be so worried about today. Yes, there is a grim scenario still of the coronavirus spreading in many parts of Europe and also America. The New York case seems to be showing no respite. Yet, I would hasten to add, and this is my forecast for today, that Dow Jones within about half an hour of the opening of trading will start showing some very good green, and it should remain in green territory for the entire trading session today. So there's good news as far as Dow Jones is concerned. Now, Abe, of Prime Minister of Japan, has unleashed a $1 trillion stimulus for Japan, which represents almost 20% of the GDP of Japan. And one must remember that coronavirus pandemic has exposed the frail medical systems of many countries of this world. Japan has got 20,000 ventilators, that's all, for 125 million people. It's a pretty poor ratio. United Kingdom has been able to muster great courage and convert things like the conference center to be used as hospitals for coronavirus patients. That's interesting. Now, many countries, and please do not mind my saying so, are imposing and extending lockdown conditions, firstly to prevent people from coming into contact with the contagious coronavirus, but also for another reason. Their frail medical systems, they believe, will not be able to handle the coronavirus cases. They have not been well prepared at all, and they suddenly feel that they will be exposed. So not only the people who will come in contact with other coronavirus themselves have the problem, but they themselves will not be able to withstand. And then if you find so many people dying as a result of coronavirus, it puts their own political seat in trouble and they will stand exposed. So the easiest way to cope up with this situation is extend the lockdown more and more. Yes, they will also lose taxation, because don't forget, if there is an economic lockdown, then you're bound to suffer damage. because of poor tax collections, revenue collections. But that's something that they don't mind. They would rather deal with that and say, the coffers are empty, we cannot do any public works, we cannot do anything else, emperor has no clothes. But that is easier to deal with than to deal with a situation where people come in contact with each other and they start getting affected, impacted, and then the pressure goes on the medical system, which is so poor and fragile. They have never prepared themselves for a pandemic. This is not how the world should have been preparing. Rather than keep calling coronavirus as an enemy, the world should have been better prepared for a pandemic much before. Even I remember the words of President George Bush asking and pleading for funds to be allocated to prepare this monster threat. Somewhere it has been lost. People's attention has gone elsewhere. Time and again, this type of a virus keeps impacting the world. We had the SARS, we had many other epidemics. The world has not learned the lessons. Medical systems of the world are only to cater to the private needs of individuals. Nothing much has been done to prevent or even to take care of a major pandemic should that ever happen. This is how poor governments have run their regimes and somehow got away. They believe once again that by keeping cities and countries under lockdown conditions for a very long time, they will be able to escape. It's a very good thing and I support the move because there's nothing else you can do in the situation. At the same time, that's not the only solution. The key is that you should be well prepared to face such a pandemic, and that's how you deal with it. So next time, I'm sure that this they will get over, but they will start preparations for the future because vaccines cannot be discovered overnight, and the pandemic will create and take away so many lives that it will put their entire regime into distress. So Dow Jones should claw back into green very soon. No need to worry. Within a half hours of trading, you should start seeing good plus positive in Dow Jones. Take care. Happy investing. Bye-bye.